Hello and welcome back to a new video of all my film collectibles. And as you can see behind me and all around me, I've got literally everything of all my subjects in one room. That being said, there is still a lot stored away, as in film posters, lobby cards, etc., and other various larger items that are stored away. But the majority of all the ornamental stuff or autograph stuff is all in here. Even if it's not actually out on display, it's either stored away on the shelves, on the bookcasing, or in the cabinets themselves. But the purpose of this video is just to have a quick go around all the different subjects, and then over time I'll go through each uh, subjects in more detail of what I have. But the majority of everything that I have here, these are all things that I grew up with. For example, you have all of Lauren Hardy collectibles and collectibles on Charlie Chaplin. A lot of all this started from when I was very young, so it's how I discovered Lauren Hardy silent films, and then later the sound films through a lot of the Robert Youngson film comedies, and then later, of course, watching the proper films on Charlie Chaplin and Lauren Hardy. So I've got one whole display unit just for Charlie Chaplin there, whereas before I didn't really get that opportunity because of space and like extra space for the cabinets, because I had it all mixed in with all my Lauren Hardy stuff, so I was able to get more cabinets and get it all in together. So basically, a lot of all the ornamental stuff I'm able to get out and make it look really, really great. Even though there's still more that I've had to put on the floor, it's almost like it's come out of the cabinets, and all these figures have made their way onto the floor in front. So yeah, so you've got another cabinet here full of Lauren Hardy stuff. I have got original Stan Laurel items in there, which again I will probably do with another video in more detail on that. And then I have the really great cutouts of Lauren Hardy there, and then a bookcase with all related Lauren Hardy books, and then I have Charlie Chaplin books at the top. And then on the other side, which is all my music related, so I have a lot of Freddie Mercury, Queen, a little bit on Marilyn Monroe. There's a section on horror, but there's only certain horror interests I'm into. It's not just all horror, it's just certain ones. Again, a lot of it is what I grew up with and what I became interested in over time. Then lower down, you've got a whole section on Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee. And then over on this side, there's another display unit full of all Wizard of Oz memorabilia, and of course Judy Garland cut out in front of that. We have a load of horror memorabilia here, Nightmare on Elm Street and The Conjuring, Annabelle, Hellraiser. So these are all things that just interested me over time. And again, like for example, this one, The Shining, which is an absolute classic, which is a film that I grew up with and just became attached to. It's just one of the greatest Stanley Kubrick films, and also Jack Nicholson films, in my opinion. Um, and then again, all at the top, you've got different subjects. A lot of Hellraiser, Nightmare on Elm Street, figures and busts. And then again down here, and then you've got Regan from The Exorcist. Again, The Exorcist is probably one of my all-time favourite sort of supernatural horror films. Also connected to spirituality, all that kind of stuff. So it really does take a big interest for me. And then over here, you've got a lot of Brandon Lee memorabilia, which is really, really beautiful bust of him on the top there. And then a lot of memorabilia. You can just sort of see it through the cabinets there. Hopefully over time I can go through all this in more detail. You've got an original shoulder rig there that belonged to Brandon Lee, or that was unused, but it was taken of his shoulder, which I think that's his left shoulder that they use there for like a casting for special effects. I also have like a bullet wound display which was used on the set of The Crow, and also a crew jacket as well, which is really great, and a whole load of signed stuff as well, memorabilia. But a lot of this is all like the figure stuff. Um, there's a little bit at the bottom on Bruce Lee. You can't really see it because it's all behind all the Brandon Lee stuff. And then over here, there's a whole section on back to horror again, which is to do with Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, and the historical real figure of Vlad the Impaler, which was the Wallachian Romanian prince, that historical 1400s warlord that impaled the Ottoman Turks and his enemy, basically. Whereas that's where Bram Stoker got his inspiration from a real historical tyrant or leader. And then further down you have Christopher Lee, Gary Oldman figures, and then further down you've got Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt figures from Interview the Vampire, which is also the other great vampire film. I absolutely love that one. You can't really see too well down here, but it's all in there in the cabinet. You've got Bela Lugosi, and again you've got Christopher Lee bust just down there. But again, like I said, I'm hoping to go through it in more detail or certain items individually. And then over here I've got one cabinet dedicated to all my Queen and Freddie Mercury memorabilia, which is absolutely fantastic. So you've got the famous statue, which is the one that's also in Montreux, Switzerland. Sorry. Which is absolutely brilliant sculpt on that one. And then again, various figures further down. And also the other band members, which you don't get too many of. It's mainly of Freddie Mercury. So you've got John Deacon, Roger Taylor, and Brian May at the bottom there. And you've got the robot from the News of the World album. And you've got various cutouts of Marilyn Monroe, Freddie Mercury, and of course Lauren Hardy and Charlie Chaplin. So that is it. So I do have another display which is actually at the Lauren Hardy Museum in Ulverston, which I plan to add to that and expand on all that as well, because I have so much stuff. It's just really incredible now, and sorting it out all into categories, so it's all in its own sections. It's got to the point where I can't have too much more, and I don't feel I want to get too much more, because I feel I've got it all. I feel I've got what I've got. I'm quite happy with it, and if the odd thing does come up here and there, then okay, I might purchase it. But the majority of what I've got is what I'm very happy with now. And but even in here, and all these Ottomans, they're full of all the DVDs or Blu-rays on the subjects of all these different topics, as well as original paper stuff, old magazines. There's original posters in there, lobby cards, all related to all different subjects that I can't have out, because it's a lot of it is due to wall space. So there we are. So there it is. So that's the start on my collection room. So thanks for watching this one, everyone, and look out for the next one soon. Bye for now.